This is the Transformers Generation Select War for Cybertron Trilogy Bug Bite. I picked up this figure from EARTHRISE. We'll do an unboxing, see what we got. All right. Bug Bite traditionally is supposed to be like a repaint of Bumblebee in his Volkswagen alt mode, like a white and purple Volkswagen. But in this version of Bug Bite, wow, he looks really nice. It's a glossy white and black redo of the Cliffjumper body mold with the Bumblebee head sculpt. Looking good. Let's get him out of packaging. And here is Bug Bite out of packaging, and the figure turned out great. I am so impressed with this figure. Despite being a redeco, remold, or repaint of a previously released figure, I still enjoyed this figure. I love how this white came out. I'm glad they opted not to use that powdery type of matte white, and instead, I believe it's white glossy plastic that they've painted. They've added a little bit of a glossy coat on it. I can't be too sure, but from the looks of things, if you look closely, look at that shine. Look how shiny this plastic, this white plastic is appearing on camera. I think there's a gloss finish over it, and I'm really impressed with it. Despite being particularly monotonous, just black and white in color, I think this figure came out great. I couldn't have asked for a better Bug Bite. The only way they could have improved this is if they used the actual Bumblebee mold instead of Cliffjumper mold. They kept the Bumblebee head, but decided to go with the Cliffjumper body mold. Not entirely sure why they did that, but overall, still a very impressive figure. And I think the best thing that's going for this figure, other than that white color, is this metallic purple highlight. It's like metallic purple yam. A nice Decepticon variant of the Decepticon purple. I really like it. It just gives enough to make the figure pop. Let's have a closer look at this figure. You can see this wonderfully sculpted Bug Bite Bumblebee head sculpt. I really like that. Now he comes with the same accessories that came with Bumblebee and Cliffjumper. He's got the stock, he's got the skis, which work the same way as Cliffjumper, Hubcap, and Bumblebee. You can have that ski mode, alt mode, but we're not going to do that. Don't need to, I don't think so. This is the bipod for his gun. You can form a long blaster rifle, which he can hold. Yeah, it just makes the figure look amazing. I mean, because it is a monotonous figure, a monochrome figure, you get that highlight of purple. It just makes the figure pop. Okay, you can remove this backpack if you wanted to. You got this nice faction symbol for the mercenary. I guess that's the mercenary faction symbol, which we've already seen with double dealer and exhaust. So yeah, very cool. For some size comparisons, here is Bug Bite with fellow mold mates Bumblebee, Cliffjumper, and Hubcap. The mold has withstood the test of time, and despite being the fourth version of this mold, the joints still appear very tight, especially on this copy of Bug Bite that I got. The bicep swivels are a little bit tight. The hips are tight. The neck is still very tight. So I'm pretty glad that that Hasbro's molds, despite being recycled several times, are really holding up. So transformation, very simple. Exactly the same as Bumblebee, Hubcap, and Cliffjumper, but for the benefit of those who have not seen that video I showed, we will transform him very quickly. Okay, first thing you want to do, you want to remove the backpack right there. Fold up that peg. Okay, fold his arms backwards this way. Open up the chest cavity. Fold out the hood piece or the bonnet. I'm going to go ahead and fold down the shoulders this way. Feet, open them up like this. Rotate this. At this point, you want to rotate this part of the torso And then you want to bring that entire torso assembly down, but you're going to want to scoot these shoulder pieces out of the way. Fold them like this and like that. Okay. And then the shoulders, they will tab onto the back like that. Okay. And at this point, you want to just join the feet together to form the front part of the car. And the heel panels, they are going to tab onto the thighs. Just like that. And then this one, just slot it in. Just like that. Okay. And then the wheels, fold them up like that. And there you go. Almost done. The backpack, you want to make the fists grab those pegs, and then just tab everything in, and you have really nice looking alt mode of Bug Bite. I really like it, and you can see that glossy finish on the white plastic, just really beautiful. Really appreciate it in this alt mode. You can obviously put the weapons and everything, but I think it would just detract from how awesome this car is. So if you want to keep them in alt mode, I think plain vanilla without the weapons, I think is the best way to do this. I really like this. Very cool. Hasbro did a wonderful job on this figure. Definitely. And so some final thoughts on Bug Bite. I think it's a great figure. The only real thing that they could have done is, instead of using the Cliffjumper mold, they could have used the Bumblebee body mold and kept the head. I think that would have made this figure an absolutely perfect figure. But as it is, I think it deserves a 9.5 out of 10. It is definitely worth picking up if you are into the EARTHRISE figures. Sorry I don't have exhaust, so Wheeljack will have to stand in for the other bounty hunter or mercenary exhaust figure. I'm still trying to wait for that thing to go on clearance. Maybe I'll get it again. Let me know in the comments what you think of Bug Bite. Is it something that you think is worth double dipping into, or did you really not care about the character on the show? Hit me up in the comments, and as always, hit that notification bell so you never miss out on any of my latest video reviews. If it's your first time here, please subscribe. If you want to help the channel out, please check out my Patreon account. There's a link in the description box below. Thanks for watching.